Hi, everyone. This is the first in the series that I introduced in the previous video that where we're going to be covering some common terms in the business industry, what they mean, and how you might be able to employ them as a self-employed or small business or an entrepreneur or an established business with like a retail store, or maybe you're an author with one book. We're going to show you some tips and ideas from small to really large, giving you an overview of what these terms mean and how you might be able to incorporate them in your own action plan. Now, remember, just take these things one step at a time. When it's a really slow time of the month, slow time in your business, that'd be a perfect time to assign your staff member or yourself the activities of researching these things that we're going to be covering in this business terms series. Okay. So the very first one we're going to talk about today is corporate social responsibility. You're going to see this talked about everywhere on business platforms and various forums and chat rooms and mediums and what have you. It's CRS. Everybody just refers to it as CRS. Corporate social responsibility, CRS. That's what that means. So there's a lot of different aspects of corporate social responsibility. You're going to be looking, so basically you're backing up and you're looking at business operations, business in-house policies, purchasing policies, supply policies, waste chain policies, and more. So, okay, your production line. Is there a way that you can fine tune your production line of whatever your product or service is so that we're reducing pollution, we're reducing waste, we're maximizing um, use, we're fine tuning, like we're looking at, can we save energy? Can we save time? Can we fine tune things so that they're working the most efficiently so that we have the least impact with the best, uh, you know, outcome, right? So fine tuning things is what we're looking at. We're also going to be looking at our shipping policies, how we're shipping, who we're shipping with. Why are we choosing them? Is it solely because of the dollar amount? You know what I mean? Like maybe we're choosing between two different services that can do the same thing for the same dollar, but we're choosing one over the other because maybe their trucks use 50% of their fuel is biofuel or something like that. So if we can support a company who's trying to do good, we're going to do that. We want to celebrate that we're supporting them too, right? Don't forget, you can write about these in your bulletins and newsletters, social media, etc. and so forth. We're also going to look at not just the shipping company, but the packaging that we're using, recycled content, how and where was the cardboard boxes attained? How were they built? What was that company like? Why are we purchasing from them? Can we purchase in bulk? A lot of different aspects of that, which we're already going to be looking at, just because it makes business sense. But in this regard, we're taking it a little bit step further. How can we look at our packaging as a social responsibility, make it more socially responsible? We're also going to be looking at, there's always room for improvement no matter what. So take these things slow. We're going to be looking at improving labor conditions. Is it ergonomically correct for ourselves, for our employees? When people come into our environment, does it feel really peaceful and calm so that when they come in and they're frustrated and they're maybe feeling confused and overwhelmed because they have so much to do and they've come to you for help because you have just the right service, product, or activity for them? And how do they feel when they come to you? Is it a comfortable, comforting environment for them where they leave feeling lighter and better. You've made the world a better place for them in that moment. So how can we do that? Lots of different ways. We can bring in maybe some look at our ambience. We can look at, how cool or warm the area is. We can look at the chairs that we're using, the height of the computers. We can like all kinds of things. The lighting, is it the right kind of lighting? Are they happy with it? Would they like a different kind of lighting? We're looking at everything like that. We're looking at, do the employees have refreshments, or our clients, do we have refreshments for them? Little niceties that make them feel good about working with you. We're going to look at, okay, well, how can we celebrate the people we're working with? Maybe we can do like a little party or a gathering or a barbecue afternoon or a half hour portion of the day. Make sure it's not a time when you're asking them to come on in their free time. That's like imposing now on them. We don't want to do that. We want to celebrate them. So like maybe once a month, we'll take a half an hour during the workday and say, hey, we're going to do this really nice thing for you. We're going to bring in Chinese food for everyone or whatever, right? So we'll look at that kind of thing, celebrate the people we work with. If we just want to do something, maybe we don't have employees, maybe we could say, well, you know what, I'm going to go out this week. I'm going to go out to 2 different places and I'm going to take them a little box of mixed donuts for no other reason, just to say, hey, I really liked working with you. Just a little nice gift and maybe a, thank you card or ingratitude card or something like that. This is corporate social responsibility. We're also going to be looking at, you know, if we're able to, increasing employee benefits. Maybe we give them a portion at the end of the year or quarterly. We give them a portion of the profits if they are any. Maybe we say at the end of the year, we'll donate to the charity of your choice a specific amount in your name. So it makes them feel good because you're doing something kind. But secondly, they can take that donation to their tax. It's in their name. So now it benefits them come their tax time. And so remind them of that. It's a small thing, may not be the thing for you, but it's something that you can consider. You might look at if you can't share, maybe you're doing really, really well, and you can maybe look at increasing your employee benefits, right? We're also going to be looking a little bit at our like our supply chain. So who are we purchasing from? Why are we purchasing from them? Are they doing good things for the world? Something that you can get behind. So now you want to work with them. You want your dollars to go to them. Can we look at our office equipment? Can we buy used instead of buying new? Maybe we need a new computer. Can we buy a refurbished one? That's perfectly fine and fully equipped for our needs rather than buying a brand new one. There's all kinds of things. Can we say, oh, our equipment is no longer working? Maybe I can donate my monitor to the Boys and Girls Club or the homeschoolers or to some event or organization that could use such a thing. You can also, like, say your equipment is completely broken and you're like, I can't donate my chair. It's not fully recyclable. I feel kind of weird about this. What do I do about this? Well, you can actually post it out there. Maybe somebody needs just the back of the chair cushion. Maybe somebody needs just the seat because their chair is worn out. Maybe they need a wheel or all the wheels. If none of that, maybe you could take that chair apart, keep all the bolts and screws and the wheels and put those in plastic bags, donate those to your local charity, thrift store, who sells them and raises funds for various charities around. And then you can recycle the metal, and then you only have a certain amount that ends up going to the waste, and you've reduced that. And you can talk about that. Let's write about that in our upcoming bulletin, this experience, what we did, and take some pictures, stuff like that. Little things. You don't have to write a great big article, little blurb celebrating what you've done. And consumers, because you want consumers to know that you're doing this. That's the whole point, right? Well, part of it is because it's the right thing to do. Part of it is because you're going to save money, but the other part of it is to attract those conscious consumers, which is a ever-growing sector of the global consumers out there. Something we really need to consider our corporate social responsibility. Okay, so hopefully I covered that as deep as I could, as widely as I could. And but for more information, go check out our Purple Snowflake books on Amazon.com or .ca or .co.uk, wherever you're from. Check it out online. All right, everyone, we'll be back with yet another video.